If you ever watch a Nigerian movie, you understand why keeping your pregnancy a secret is not a bad idea. In this video, I'm going to share with you 6 reasons why you should keep your pregnancy safe. Now, if you haven't watched a Nigerian movie, there's one called Blood Sister, where another sister kills her older sister because she's jealous of her and she takes over her life. Jealousy makes people do unimaginable things. It's one of the reasons why you should keep your pregnancy a secret. Not everyone is happy about your accomplishment in life, so you want to keep it under the wrap to avoid all this negative energy around your baby. And then the other thing is people are constantly competing with you without you even knowing, and for them getting to know that you are expanding your family might make them even more bitter. And then the other thing is, some people may have had a miscarriage or a stillbirth, and then you sharing your news about being pregnant might trigger feelings of jealousy inside them. And then the other reason is you don't want unsolicited advices. I remember when I was pregnant with my first baby, I was at my friend's place one day and one of her cousins came over, and then she asked why I was sleeping, and she was also a pregnant woman, mind you. And then once she found out the reason why I was sleeping, she was like, pregnancy is not for everyone. Leave pregnancy to the married women. And mind you, at the time, I was 27 and engaged. And I thought that was funny because her cousins were getting pregnant. Even some of them were younger than me, and she never had anything to say. And I'm like, not that I've asked for your opinion, lady. This is my life. All right. And also there are times where if someone is pregnant, you hear people questioning, are you even ready to be a mother yet? People will be out here giving you their advices that you've never asked for. So the best way to keep people's noise outside is for you to keep your pregnancy a secret. And then the other reason is for your peace of mind. Pregnancy is such a precious time and you are at a very vulnerable stage. So the last thing you need is stress. Instead of you sharing your exciting news to people and having them respond in a negative way, the best way to avoid stress altogether is to keep them to yourself. Even if you tell your immediate family and your friends, some of them might talk. I was so upset to find that after I've told my brother that I was pregnant, he was going around the village telling people about my pregnancy. And then I would have random people that I would never even talk to come to me say, hi, how are you? How is the baby growing? And I'm like, what baby? And like, no, your brother told us that you expect him. Like, that wasn't his place to tell. So you best believe that the second time I had my baby, I didn't even tell my brother, because you know what? I don't like people, especially people that I wouldn't get out of my way to tell them my business, knowing about my business. People like gossiping. People like to bring bad energy. You want to avoid it altogether. Keep your pregnancy to yourself. And then the other thing about peace of mind, I also remember that when I was pregnant, you want a peace of mind, right? I remember when I was pregnant the first time, my best friend and my younger sister, I know they meant well and I love them. There was a point, they both have boys, right, as their firstborns. And I also wanted to have a boy as my firstborn. But already they had boys, so they wanted a girl. Now they were projecting whatever they wanted on me. That wasn't something I wanted. And it pissed me off. They were constantly going on, oh, your baby's going to be a girl. Oh, your baby's going to be a girl. That pissed me off. I got upset to a point where I had an argument with both of them. Eventually, obviously, they had to recollect and apologize for them projecting their feelings on me. But at the end of the day, their feelings and their thoughts came into fruition because I had a girl. That's not the point, though. The point is them projecting whatever they were thinking or whatever they were feeling onto me was stressing to me. That wasn't giving me a peace of mind. In some ways, it was kind of interfering with my experience, all right? So you want to keep your pregnancy safe. And then the other reason you don't want to tell people about your pregnancy is the first 12 weeks, your OB or doctor will tell you that nothing is guaranteed and anything can happen to your pregnancy. And when you hear that, you are always tiptoeing around, especially the first 12 weeks, you are tiptoeing around because you have heard this, that anything might happen to your pregnancy. Even though the chances of the risk goes down after 12 weeks, there's still a possibility that you might lose your baby. So for that reason, you want to keep your pregnancy safe, just in case something happens, because you don't want a point where you have lost your baby and people come to you, oh, congratulations, we had your pregnancy. Oh, congratulations, you've told us about your pregnancy. How is the baby going? And then now you have to tell them, oh, I'm so sorry, and oh no, I've lost the baby. And then imagine how many people you have to go through. People will say, oh, congratulations, and they see you and they're like, I lost the baby. Every time you have to explain yourself. That's a lot. That's a lot for everyone. I don't think anyone should put themselves in that space. That's the main reason why I've kept both my pregnancy just to myself. And I only revealed them to the public once I was a mother. Like most people found that if you didn't see me walking around pregnant, you will know that I was pregnant after I gave birth. That's the only way other people, other than my immediate family and my best friends, knew I was pregnant, because I didn't want my things into people's life. I'm a very private person also. So the other thing about that is I want to enjoy my life. Pregnancy is a very vulnerable thing, like I've said. So you want it to be intimate. You can't have it intimate when everybody knows what's going on. People will be telling you this and that. Some people will be giving you sad eyes, and when you are ordering things to eat, people will be telling you, oh, are you sure you want to have another coffee? Aren't you pregnant? That's too bad for your condition. And the other thing is, if you are someone who is working, right, people are going to start to treat you like you are incapable of doing your job just because you are pregnant. Whenever you try to do something or lift something that they consider heavy, they'll be running to you. Whether you do something that they consider dangerous, they'll be running to you, grabbing things out of it. Like, it's just a lot. So if you don't want all this trauma and you want to enjoy your pregnancy, just keep it to yourself. That's the only way you're going to avoid all this rarazi. I am telling you. Been there, done that. It's more peaceful. You get to enjoy your pregnancy. You have to make memories with your child without outside noise. You don't need to advertise on social media that you are having a baby. They will find out that you are having a baby when the baby is here. I know people like to do huge gender reveal, huge baby showers, of which I didn't do any of those, by the way. I didn't do any baby shower. I didn't do any gender reveal because my pregnancy, it's my pregnancy, okay? Even though I'm a content creator, I didn't feel that part of me should be put out. There's so much on the internet nowadays. People know everything about you, and some of this information people take advantage and use it in the wrong way. Sometimes you have to protect yourself and keep your privacy, some certain parts of your life private. Just keep things intimate. Enjoy your pregnancy without the outside noise, right? I will link my second time pregnancy reveal video in the link below so that you guys can go watch it. But if you are taking anything out of this video, all I'm saying is you want to enjoy your vulnerable space without outside noise. It's the best thing that you could do for you and for your baby. You want bad energy away from your baby. You don't want people's unsolicited advices. The second time I was pregnant, I only told obviously my husband and I found out together, and then I told my best friend. I didn't tell my brother, I didn't tell my dad. I told them like later when I was like past 6 months, or almost, I think past 6 months. That's when I told everybody else. More so that given that I was away from them, so it was that far for them to know. I was just talking to them on the phone. Whenever we made a call, it was just like, how are you guys? Oh, I miss you so much. The phone will be just right here. And then my dad said something. I know he knew, but he couldn't ask me because that's how respectful we are in our culture. He was like, you look really fit. You gain weight when you're pregnant. Daddy was like, oh, you look really fit. I'm so happy that your husband is taking good care of you. Look at how much you've gained weight a bit. I can even see your chubby cheeks. I'm like, Daddy knows. I'm not gonna tell him though. I waited and then told him when I was ready. Okay, so take your time. Don't play the blood sister game. Just take your time. Enjoy your pregnancy. You will tell everybody when they need to know. If they don't need to, tell them on need to know basis. If they don't need to know, then skip it yourself. They will see you. If they ask you, I swear to God, some people have the guts. People will ask you, are you pregnant? And you're like, what does it have to do with you, Patricia? It's none of your business. Also, it's rude to ask people. Some people will be looking at you and they say, congratulations. I've had an incident where someone said, congratulations to a lady because they thought she was pregnant. And she's like, congratulations on what? And then they said, aren't you expecting? She's like, what? Am I that fat for you to think that I'm expecting? She was so offended. And I got where she was coming from. Like, Stay out of people's businesses, okay? Keep your pregnancy safe, and I hope you enjoy it.